So good day, my SC viewers. This is Satellite Media. If you are new to this channel, kindly like, share, subscribe, and please do not forget to hit the notification bell. Mr. Chinedu Michael, we are seeing a surprise move, and this one is coming from Fubara, paying a surprise visit to the president, Senator Fubara and Tinubu, in what look like preparing ground to move to APC. And we are seeing in Enugu, the Enugu state governor, his body language, talking about Peter Mba, look like somebody that wants to jump into APC. Delta State is not an exception. Sheriff Fubara is touted to be preparing ground to go to APC. It looks as if Wike'S have finally frustrated Fubara into APC.
That was not actually, from what I understand, on the motive of initiating that meeting with Bola Ahmed Tinubu in London. Was to look at pending issues ahead of as the suspension is still going on. But the fact still remains, why did Bola Ahmed Tinubu wanted that meeting? What is the reason behind that meeting? What was Bola Ahmed Tinubu targeting before he was able to, acknowledge that he is ready to meet with Fubara, not in Nigeria, not anywhere in the, but right there in London? There must be something that actually went or they are looked into that is not in the public domain. But from the feelings around that meeting, it looks like it has been told on what to do at the end of the day. And one of the cardinal points of that meeting is to deliver 2027 Rivers State vote to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and that is where the whole thing ends. But the fact is that we are surprised that Wike'S is threatening Bola Ahmed Tinubu and saying it's like you want to do what you are known for. You want to betray me. How can you conduct a meeting? Because I think to an extent it means that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president, would have had a very quiet and private time to be well detailed by Fubara, and that got the president convinced on what was actually going on in Rivers State. And if we can assure Mr. President of delivery, irrespective whether he joined APC or PDP, but the fact is that remain that the machinery of PDP is gradually being squeezed by elements that are loyal to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Unless something drastic is done, we might not be able to see PDP having that powerful, that formidability, to challenge from the opposition angle come 2027. So Wike'S is feeling very uneasy now. The way Bola Ahmed Tinubu played a smart.
Are you suggesting that Wike'S may not be in the know of that meeting?
But that was the press release that Wike'S is saying that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has started threatening him, and that how can he conduct such a meeting? The secret move, after they have held the meeting and everything, that was when the message that came out that Bola was in London. Wike'S was not aware.
Can Wike'S flex muscle with the president?
Bros, it's going to be an issue, because if you see now some of the flashpoints that the Bola Ahmed Tinubu is looking at, some of the states is looking at, to be able to gain victory at the end of the day, has been hijacked by elements of anti-Tinubu 2027. And look at the issue of Kano. You see what is happening there. Another party, another emir. Then if you come to Lagos, the issue of crisis is also there. The Lagosians and the Obasa factor is there. Then the only place he feels that he would have called his home, of course, we have three major states in Nigeria are regarded as swing states in terms of voting capacity, and River State is one, So and with the way it is going now, I think Bola Ahmed Tinubu has looked at the popularity of Fubara in River State and the dwindling image of Wike'S, and feel that if I go with Wike'S, I will definitely be crushed in Rivers State. So he played a smart one on Wike'S on that angle, and he's trying to align with Fubara, and unfortunately, Wike'S is now crying.
Okay, now let us look at speculation out there, because speculation have it that in the north currently. It's understandable that somebody like Shetima is not seen in active governance. Somebody like Very Dark Man echoed it. And if you look at what is happening in the north again, looking at the likes of Malami, the former Attorney General of the Federation under Buhari, saying that what Almakura stand for, they are against him, because Almakura is saying they are going to support Tinubu. But the likes of Malami say no, at the appropriate time, we are going to tell where the north is going. That is he's doing in conjunction with Baba Ahmed, of course, the man that resigned, who was the aide to the president. There are speculation that because of Tinubu is losing his base in the north, that is why he's pushing to bring in a Fubara, bring in an Uba and a Peter Mba, bring in a Borito Shewore, Sheriff Oborewore of Delta State to make up the loss he is experiencing in the north.
When it comes to the reality like this, the north does not play party policy, they play religion. And that religion is the unification force that is required for them to deliver whatever agenda that they are interested in or that will interest them. You know, so I think from the calculation that's already playing out, the Bola Tinubu is looking on how he's going to consolidate power on the entire southern part of the country, you know, using both PDP and APC governors, knowing fully well that, you know, PDP dominates more in the south than in the north. And of course, that's the angle he is actually looking at it. But I can tell you that somewhere along the line, you know, there's going to stay the mud. I tell you, Bola Tinubu is going to stay the mud in the north, and it's also going to stay the mud, you know, in the south, because and they should just leave Abia State alone for now. Abia State, they can take the rest state.
But someone like Benjamin Kalu have made it very clear that they're going to collect Abia State.
Bro, nobody's going to take anything away from Alex Oti for now. That state should be left the way it is to honor Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as simple as that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is greater than them, all of them there that call themselves governors, you know. So let it be a mark of honor that Labour Party is trying to deliver more than the PDP and APC governor in that regard. So the game is that, you know, it's a life-threatening one for Bola Tinubu, and I pray he survive the Somani, you know, to quit him from office come 2027 if he is not very careful. And I can tell you there's massive meeting when the North will declare their position. I'm not saying that the likes of Danjuma and the rest of them, they can sabotage him, but you can see Shetima that's been reported to be here and there now. Do you know where Shetima is headed? Shetima wanted to lead a coalition of the CPC in APC. He wanted to champion, you know, he wanted to align with the core north. You know, you remember they are the one that led Buhari from Daura to Kaduna. They know why they position Buhari very close to them, so that because of accessibility and because of, you know, reach and consultation at the end of the day. But unfortunately, Atiku is no go area on this matter. Atiku should just respect himself, you know, and stop fronting himself as a candidate. Nobody's going to take that from Atiku Abubakar. As simple as that. If he's showing that he's reasonable, I'm not saying that Atiku has declared any interest, but the way he's going, please, Atiku should respect himself. If he doesn't respect himself, Bola Ahmed Tinubu will capitalize on competing ambitions, and is going to win 2027 election at the end of the day.
Okay, now let me bring this angle, because as we speak, there are speculation out there that the insecurity we are seeing in the north are strategy to make Tinubu unpopular in the north. Just like the north felt that Jonathan could not fight insecurity, as such, he lost massively in the north. And point is having that the essence of this security in the north is to make people unpopular.
Anybody that's saying that is not true, but I can tell you that issue of insecurity in Nigeria has been there for a very long time, and we understand the agenda of the insecurity very clearly. Nobody should deceive us as a result, trying to link it to political ambition or interest at the end of the day, or a form of attack to discredit any administration. I don't want to subscribe to that. It's a well-known fact that there is Fulanization and Islamization agenda already, well from the concept of the core north that are also politically empowering the insecurity, so that through what they call conquest agenda. That's the fact. You understand? While they are busy pretending, looking at the other side, playing the political aspect of the conquest. That's what we are seeing now. So it comes in different,
but
phases.
In your own estimation, what do you think would have necessitated the renewed hostility, particularly in Benue?
No. There's nothing like renewed. This thing has been there. It's hit and run. It's guerrilla warfare. So how can you say renewed? There's nothing that is renewed. It has been like that when they finally decided that that's the direction they want to go.
But if I may bring this question to you, I know you are not unaware of the new terror group in the
one that ravages Kwara State.
Talking about Mahmuda.
Yes, that ravages Kwara State, and that was their first hit. I tell you that fractionalization of the Fulani military is already a known fact. They can fractionalize anything at the end of the day. But the thing is that the Hausas themselves, are beginning to talk about, their own consciousness to the issue that's happening. The Fulanis, I keep on saying it anywhere I am, we're talking about 16 million Fulanis compared to 66 million Hausas. And it is on record that the Fulanis are not indigenous people. The indigenous people there are the Hausas.
No, Hausas seem to be seeking to divorce them and marry Igbo now.
The divorce, I don't see the angle is going to come, because at the end of the day, it will be centered on religion. But typically, an average man, from what we are finding out, an average Hausa man is peaceful. He's a peaceful man, but I don't know how true is that. Maybe they were actually radicalized by the Fulanis. I don't know how to justify that anyway. But we don't share the same ideology. We don't think in the same direction. We don't do the same culture. So it will be very difficult for. We're talking about 80 million. It's like 66 million. Igbos are 80 million in population.
But what do you make of the position of a Northerner, an Hausa man? The video have gone viral, who made it very clear that the Hausa man is closer to the Igbo man in character, in behavior, in everything, that the Hausa man is close to the Fulani man. And again, he said that there is need for the Hausa to start publicly denouncing Fulani.
The campaign is already ongoing, and the credit to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for that awareness and feat. But I can tell you that in the absence of that consciousness, I don't think that knowledge is impacted, whether you like it or not. Consciousness is also awakened, that something, they wake something, something can wake something from slumber. Let us say, wake up from your slumber. I suddenly say, oh, okay, I was sleeping, and somebody tap you, you wake up, you regain consciousness. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made the indigenous Hausa people, to regain consciousness. But let me tell you, most of the enterprising abilities of most Northerners was inculcated to them by the Igbos when the Zungeru Axis was the capital of the colonial masters at that time. So Igbos have to move from here to Hausa land, and that was how the Hausa begin to imbibe the culture of engaging themselves in activities related to the culture of Igbo man, or how Igbo man do their thing. So because the capital was there in Zungeru, then they were able over time to begin to adopt the culture. That was how that expertise was transferred to the Hausas, and they were able to actually pick it from there. So when they say the Hausas are more closer to Igbo, I can tell you it is only basically what the Igbos has impacted on them, when they were at the beginning of the independence.
Now, this newfound love between the Hausa and Igbo, Do you think it's sustainable?
No, the fan love should be based on multilateral and bilateral.
But is it sustainable?
No, he can decide to jettison anything that is a treaty. You can say you are no longer interested, you know. But that will happen when because what it is called is Hausa land, Republic of Hausa land. That's their own independence. They will have Republic of Biafra. So whatever that's going to hold us together should be based on multilateral, bilateral, and of course the universal law.
I think I must let you go at this point, if you permit me. This is a good place to let it go. We hope to have you next time. This is a development story. I must say very big thank you. This is Mr.
Thank you, Pastor.